What's those boring hand-holding arcs? Let's just skip all that and let the girl instantly fall for the guy. So here's 10 romance anime where the girl instantly falls for the boy. Let's go. Let's kick things off with some idols. Face is an idol group booming thanks to their leader Tamon Fukuhara, a wild, charming superstar who's captured the hearts of fans everywhere. Utage Kinoshita, one of his biggest fans, earns cash cleaning houses just to keep supporting him. One day, she gets to clean the house of Tamon himself. And surprise, surprise, he's not as wild as she thought. Instead, he's a gloomy, awkward dude with zero friends and a mountain of insecurities. Now, Utage decides to help him out.
すみません。ニチャニチャしてキモいですよね。いいえ、隠さないでください。もったいない。嫌です。キモいんで。
This anime is still getting released, and at least if you're watching this video in winter 2026, but it does a lot of things right, like exploring the whole idol culture and how it plays in a part in the personal lives of idols. Watching Utage's unwavering devotion clash with Tamon's shy, reclusive side is surprisingly refreshing, and it's nice to see a typical idol romance fluff where the star is flawless and charming 24/7. The fun lies in how their quirks bounce off each other, making the whole instant love thing feel unbelievable.
私の仮説が正しければ、雪村くん、ちょっとメガネ取って。
何の仮説だ。説明しろ。
Grab your science books, folks, because it's time to analyze love with science. At Saitama University, Ayame Himuro suddenly and boldly declares she's in love with her fellow scientist, Shinya Yukimura, who's got zero experience with romance. Instead of just going for it, these two brainiacs decide to analyze love like an experiment, measuring oxytocin levels, dating rituals, and some really awkward chemistry.
30から40度程度が理想的な顎角度のようね。
人工呼吸にも使われてる手法だな。軌道確保の目的もあるのだろう。
Okay, this show is a riot. If you ever thought biology and chemistry was boring, then this will make things interesting. Watching Himuro and Yukimura try to quantify feelings they barely understand is comedy gold, especially since Yukimura's approach is all science and zero feelings. The side characters add even more flavor, from game-obsessed lolly Enna to a dating-sim fanatic Inukai, and the scary buff professor who's basically a JoJo villain in disguise.
生涯忠誠をあなたと共に生きることを誓います。ですからおそばに置いてくださいませ。主殿。
Bonanza, a regular merchant, gets pulled into a magical kingdom called Clyrode to fight a dark army. But surprise, surprise, he's stuck at level 1 with zero powers and sent off to some random forest. Then, bam! He levels up and suddenly has crazy magic, but no clue what to do with it. Soon, he meets Fenris, a wild lupine demon who first attacks him, but then ends up pledging to him after he easily wipes the floor with her. Instead of bossing her around, they fake a marriage and start their chill, kinda odd but sweet life together.
ただ夫婦のふりをするだけで。
なんだって構いませんわ、主殿。いえ、
旦那様。
Look, this doesn't do anything new or innovative as an isekai. This is pretty much one of those feel-good isekai anime you can watch and enjoy. Bonanza, who is now called Philo, has this down-to-earth vibe that makes you root for him without feeling like he's one of those perfect, boring heroes. And Fenris? Oh, come on, who could say no to a cute wolf girl?
ベルメイさんは悪魔なんですよね。
そうだよ。悪魔も悪魔。とっても悪いお姉さんさ。
Enough with wolf girls, let's move to demon ladies. Alto Goldfield is a hardworking magic student stuck because he keeps failing summoning class. Desperate not to repeat a year, he unlocks an ancient grimoire and unexpectedly summons a powerful demon named Vermeil. As a thank you, Vermeil becomes his friend and seals the deal with a kiss. If that doesn't scream instant love for you, I don't know what will.
昨日のキスの分返してやるさね。お前さんがやりな。
Now, if you think you've been watching too much Frieren and you think demon means bad, here, think again. Vermil flips that trope on its head, making the anime more than just another harem or ecchi show. Well, it still has a ton of harem and ecchi, but you know what I mean. Trust me, it's surprisingly engaging with a solid plot that makes you look forward to every episode. Besides, Vermil's charm and the slick animation always keeps things fresh.
私なら迷わず君を助けるよ。だってクラスで一番仲のいい男の子よりも君の方が好きだから。
Saku Chitose looks like the perfect high school guy. Confident, popular, and smooth without even trying. Everyone thinks he has his life figured out, but he's actually scared of messing up his shiny image. When his teacher tells him to help Kenta, a shut-in classmate, Saku assumes it'll be simple. He's wrong fast. Kenta hates everything Saku represents, which makes his job way more difficult than he thought.
うちのクラスに不登校の男子がいて、学校来るように説得してくれってクラセンから。とりあえず放課後会いに行ってみるよ。
もしよければ。
Now, if you've heard everything correctly, then you can pretty much tell why this anime is unique. Instead of the unpopular, shy guy, this time we have the popular boy who has his own problems. Saku's fear makes sense because his whole life depends on people liking him, and one mistake could ruin that. It's not just romance or school nonsense. It shows how fake smiles can get exhausting at times. Besides, this anime, we've got ourselves a really interesting cast of girls, so I'm not complaining.
はい。
やばら傘返しに来たよ。本当にイケメンだ。はじめまして、山田くん。
Akane Kinoshita's love life hits a major reset button when her boyfriend dumps her for someone else. So she dives back into their shared MMO, Forest of Savior, plotting a live meetup revenge. But by a strange plot twist, she teams up with Akito Yamada, an aloof pro gamer and her guildmate. Now Akane seeks his help and asks him to be her fake boyfriend just so she could bite back at her ex.
買ってきてくれたの？
血だらだら出てるの気になったんで。
それでわざわざ？
もう。
This anime nails the opposites attract vibe without drowning in the typical rom-com cliches. Akane is mature but also has a quirky personality. And when you pair that up with Yamada's awkward charm, all of their interactions become refreshingly relatable. This also has an arc about the entire post-breakup stress stuff and does that way better than Rent-a-Girlfriend. If you're craving a rom-com that knows its genre but still brings something fresh, this one's a solid pick. Fun, heartfelt, and way less cringy than you'd expect.
隣だ。やばい、どうしよう。隣よろしくね。
Time for another anime getting released this season. Miyu Suzuki is your typical bubbly high school girl who suddenly finds herself drawn to Yusuke Tani, a quiet, straightforward guy who doesn't bother with social drama. Their chats are short and follow the same formula. Miyu asks questions, and Yusuke gives short answers with no interest in conversation. Despite their differences, Miyu starts to fall for Yusuke fast. This show nails the whole instantly smitten vibe without drowning in the usual melodrama. Miyu's struggle to hide her feelings and Tani's deadpan honesty creates some hilarious and sweet moments. What's great is how it's not about grand gestures, but those tiny real interactions that make the romance believable. If you're into straightforward low-key rom-coms that show so much promise, give this one a go.
吉田さん？
あ、はい。
よかったら。じっと見つめてたから、もしかして欲しいのかなと思って。
Tsuyoshi Yano is basically cursed with bad luck, always hurt, always wrapped in bandages, and pretty much invisible at school. Things start to change when he transfers classes and meet Kyoko Yoshida, the serious but kind class president. She actually talks to him, worries about him, and sticks around even when disasters keep happening. Soon, Kyoko herself starts to realize the reason she's doing all this is because she has a crush on him.
ちょっとびっくりしたけど、すごく嬉しい。ありがとう。
What makes Yano-kun fun is that his clumsiness isn't just a joke. It affects how he acts and thinks every day. Seeing him try new things because Kyoko supports him feels very natural, and their relationship grows through small moments, like helping after accidents or walking home together. There's no over-the-top drama, just awkward teens learning how to care about someone, plus some really interesting side characters.
緊張のあまり早めに来ちゃった。とりあえず落ち着こう。
なんか可愛い子出してる。
Time for an anime about stalking. Yuki Kurihara is totally into Shinya Momotsuki, a first-year student, and she goes way overboard. After months of secret photos and way too much research, she finally asks him out and he actually says yes. Momo seems normal, but he has no idea about Yuki's habits, like saving his used straws and quietly watching him. In other words, he's got the world's greatest stalker girlfriend.
はい握手
If you want some huge dramatic love story, this is not it. Momokuri keeps things small and simple, focusing on tiny actions like stalking scenes turned fun, blushing faces, and clumsy conversations. This is pretty much a well-done Mo anime, and if you know what Mo anime means, then you know you're in for some really, really wholesome moments.
認めないも何も自分は高倉健です
やめて行きたくない
やばい呪いが早く早く
Momo Ayase just got dumped and randomly sticks up for Ken Takakura, the school's super awkward kid. Ken assumes they're best friends since he loves aliens, but Momo is all about ghosts and thinks UFO stuff is nonsense. Their argument turns into this weird challenge, and soon Momo goes on to find aliens are real and Ken goes to find ghosts can steal your balls.
見せられるかバカがあった
いいじゃないんだから
あるとかないとかの問題じゃないでしょうか
超ケチじゃ
Man, I've never seen an anime juggle supernatural stuff, action, the good old shonen feels, and romance so well. And what's nice is how it gives each genre the time it deserves. For example, Momo instantly falls for Okarun at the end of the first episode, and from there onwards we see these little interactions of them, which is sometimes downright fun, and other times wholesome. 2 seasons are out, so if you haven't watched this, give this one a go.